Hey guys, I'm just gonna warn you, I'm probably gonna be yawning a lot. I'm tired, not feeling well, like I said earlier. Um, I did have a couple, oh shit, I closed out of them. I do have a couple questions that I wanted to answer. I was kind of waiting until today to answer them all. I don't know why, but I did. By the way, I prefer if you don't have a Tumblr, it's okay to go back in time in my videos and find my form spring, but I'd really prefer if everyone just asks questions on my Tumblr. I don't really use my form spring. I only noticed I had the questions because I got the email. Um, First question is, can you make a cover of a Ready Set song? Oh, sorry. Sure. I'd love to. I actually really like the Ready Set. But right now I'm getting back into school, so that'll be difficult. Plus oh shit. Plus I've got another cover that I'm working on. So that'll be my last cover of the summer, and then I'll be done. And then I'll be in the school year, and I have my flute out right now because I'm actually practicing classical pieces because I have to get back into that. I need to pick a solo for the Christmas concert because I got mine cut last year for no reason, so I intend to play it this year. And I'm actually going to do a different one because that one was too easy. I learned it last minute, so we just gave me something easy. So yeah, I'll definitely look into doing one of those. I think it'd be fun, especially if I did an entirely flute cover, because all his music is electronic except for his acoustics. So that'd be actually really fun. Maybe for Christmas I'll do one of his Christmas songs. Um, Next question. Favorite composer, and I love your flute covers. Thank you very much. Favorite composer, I guess I've never mentioned it before. My favorite composer of all time is Johann Sebastian Bach. He's my buddy. We're friends. We tweet back and forth all the time. Um, and second favorite, which is a close second, would be Felix Mendelssohn. I don't know why I like Bach so much, but I do know that I probably like Mendelssohn, and I found this out remotely recently because Mendelssohn found a lot of Bach's work, and he was influenced a lot by Bach, even though he was 2 eras late. So, yeah, those are my two favorites, and I'm told I'm good at playing Mozart. I'm not a big Mozart fan. Some of his pieces I like, but for the most part, I'm not a big fan of Mozart. I like the way he composes, but I don't like his pieces. I think the way he composes is very almost modern, which is funny, and it's unique to his era, but it's not. It's unique to him as far as his era goes, but it's not my favorite. What stresses you out the most? I don't really know, which is really funny because you'd think I'd know. I do know that one of the things that stresses me out is other people's emotions. I don't deal well with emotions. When people, it's not that I don't deal well. I deal fine. I like listening to people. I just don't. When someone's really upset, it stresses me out because I feel like they have to be happy before I can be happy. So that stresses me out. And relationships, not like necessarily romantic relationships, just relationships with friends and family. I recently stopped biting my nails, which is really impressive, but I realized that it's not so much what stresses me out, it's how I take care of it. Like, biting my nails is a really bad habit. Part of the reason I stopped was because it got really bad when I went away for 2 weeks, and one of my biggest outlets is obviously music, and I didn't bring any instruments with me, so I really had nothing except for my iPod, and I have a keyboard on my iPod, but it's like, it's an iPod, and it was just miserable. And I bit them really badly, so I realized that I really can't be without something to use as an outlet. Physical, physical? Biggest musical inspiration in your writing. In as far as like instrumental compositions, my biggest inspirations are obviously Bach and Mendelssohn, but because I do have a lot of jumps, which is kind of Bach, and then I have a lot of runs, which is very Mendelssohn, I guess some Mozart there, choppy passages, kind of very dictated, like Mozart, but I obviously give it a modern flair, since I'm living in this century and none previous. I mean, it makes it almost sound like a Hans Zimmer or an Eos Posthumous. I'm working on a piece right now. It's a full orchestra piece, and it's my first full orchestra piece, and it's taking up like all my time. But it's called A Tale, and it sounds almost like a cross between like Mozart and modern rock. So I guess it kind of depends what I'm in the mood for. As far as my songs, like lyrics and stuff like that, it's mostly personal experience as well as my own personal musical style, because I do have a really weird, funky style. Favorite classical composer? If we're talking classical era, I don't like anyone in the classical era for most part. I do like Haydn, but not very much. I can listen to Haydn's work though. I can't listen to Beethoven. Beethoven bores me. Very repetitive. So is Bach, but for some reason Beethoven just makes me fall asleep. And Mozart's in that era, and I don't like Mozart. If you're talking composers in general, Bach and Mendelssohn. And last question, Baroque? Question mark. If it's not Baroque, don't fix it. And if you're asking composer, obviously Johann Sebastian Bach. I do have to go. I want to practice a couple pieces before I fall asleep because I'm exhausted. Right now, I'm working on I forget the English name for this. It's by Mozart. As well as the Funeral March, Chopin's Funeral March, and I never knew how to pronounce that. I've played it before. But it's from the Orchestral Orchestral Suite Number 2 in B minor, by Bach. So a Bach, a Chopin, and a Mozart, just to get myself back into the school mood, because I'm gonna die. She's gonna hand us like church music and classical music, and I'm just gonna be like, what is this? Music? Eras? Music theory? What? So, love you all. Gotta go. I'm exhausted. I'm sorry this is a boring video, but this is a question and answer. I'm surprised I'm getting so many questions. Please feel free to ask whatever you want. I like getting questions. It makes me feel special. So, and I don't have to post them on here, and I can also answer privately if you want advice or anything. I mean, I'm not gonna spread around if you need advice. So I'll answer personally unless you're on anonymous, in which case I have to post it, but I don't have to say it here. I don't usually give advice on video unless it's a topic that's like, woo, bothering me. So, yeah, talk to you later. Bye.